Hello everybody, my name is Paula Kvedaras. I am from South America and we developed this case and code with my partner Anna Bardoneschi. We are going to talk about a subsidiary of one of the biggest banks in the world, in Argentina. We think this is a very interesting case for those who wonder, can Scrum grow from bottom to top? I think this case will show that starting with a small group of teams and developing a reference model, and going from there, you can grow to a lot of teams and to a lot of departments, and not only IT. So we started in 2016, and they were very reluctant to implement Scrum. They didn't think it was possible in a highly regulated industry, very traditional, to implement 100% Scrum, but they gave us the opportunity. What it was then a small product, now it's in its 40th sprint and it's called Corporate Go. So when we think about Scrum in a company, we think about a tree, right? It grows like a tree, flourishes like a tree. So the seed was Corporate Go. And when we did this presentation, we realized the growth of these teams follow the Fibonacci sequence. So at the bottom, you will see the number of teams and how they grew, okay? So after this first seed was planted and it was a total success, 2 more digital products follow. ICI Flow to resolve incidents of laundry money, and one is the intranet for the bank's employees. So with that, we were able to design the reference model, right? So we have our base. Then the head of some of the departments involved asked, why not apply this wonderful framework with, why not apply a Scrum to our own departments, right? And we say, of course we can do it. And that's how human resources and transactional product services, we are going to call it TPS for short. So they transform themselves into high performance teams. So we are not talking not only about initiatives, projects, but also to the daily work. They are all doing it with Scrum. Okay, once they were very happy, in these departments, 3 more teams grew. One for the coordination of all the branches in Argentina, the other one to improve commercial cards for corporate clients end-to-end, all the processes. And the third one, another digital product, open banking, but to develop specific services for corporate clients. So going back to the 2 big high-performance teams, the 2 departments, the challenge there was they were big teams, 25 and 45 people, but they didn't want to work separately. They wanted to work very integrated. They wanted to break silos. That was the drive for those teams. We want to know what everybody is doing, and we want to be very integrated. So what we do is each department meets for the main events, meaning the planning, the review, and the retrospective. And in each sprint planning, they self-organize into teams, okay, of 5 to 6 people, according to the goal of the sprint. The user stories prioritized, and then they choose their own Scrum Master and Product Owner. So this change every sprint, okay? They were very happy, and they don't only improve how they work within the department, but also between departments. So now we are going to see the tree on its cellular level, okay? You can see here we have these departments and how they work through Scrum Scale. And you can see that each team is a cross-functional team, okay? So in human resources, you have in each team people, for example, for training, selection, legal, administration, and they are all learning from each other, okay? And also in TPS, okay, you have people from sales, from trade management, cash management, implementation, e-channel, all working together. So each of these departments have one chief product owner and 4 product owners. These 4 product owners are sub-heads of the departments in the hierarchy, traditional hierarchy. So these 5 people, they form their own team. They decide the user stories. They agree on the strategy, on the vision of each sprint, okay? So to conclude this presentation, I would like to share the fruit of this Scrum team, okay? Doubling the revenue in 1 year, okay? They also save $250,000 in a year. They have reallocated at least 14 people to more suitable positions. They have reviewed all the processes in these departments with focus on the client. A lot of fat was cut, okay? So I think budgeting process took half of the time that previous years. Human Resources is now managing 300 more contractors with the same staff, and they design the role profiles, 200 role profiles for the whole company, and this was done previously for only 2 people, and now the whole department of Human Resources know how to do human resources profiles, which is something very important.